welcome back to the Hallmarkies Podcast. Today we have a very, very special episode, a little bit of a spin-off of our Feedback Friday episodes here on the Hallmarkies Podcast, because we are celebrating our Hallmarkies birthday today. So I am here, Amy, and I am here with my co-host, Rachel.
Hey! Hi, everybody!
Hey, guys. So this episode is very special to me because almost all of our co-hosts are going to be in this episode. So this first part is going to be me and Rachel discussing some of your guys' answers that you guys had to our survey we put out recently, as well as we're just going to be talking a little bit about the history of the Hallmarkies pod, because we've been together for 3 years now. And then the second half is going to be introducing you guys to some of our new podcast hosts, some of the things they like, answering our fun Team Beat questions. So yeah, you get to see all of us today, which is just really exciting.
Yeah, I am really excited about this. This can be so much fun. And somehow it seems like, how can it only be 3 years? But in others, it's like, how can it only, it seems like we've always been in the podcast. What, 3 years?
I know. So much of my college career, I was doing this too. So this is just so cool.
Amazing.
I wasn't part of a sorority. I was part of a podcast.
Yeah. Right.
But this is going to go up on September 25th. That's not our actual birthday. So Rachel, do you want to explain how we don't really know what our actual birthday is?
Well, there's just a lot of birthdays, because you could go with the first time that Amber and I worked together, which was for the first time we covered the 1985 Anne of Green Gables, because we were building, this was on my channel. You could go with when we covered Anne with an E, which was kind of their experience, so we hated, and we realized that we had fun even talking about something that we disliked. And then you could go with when we first started that summer, we did our top 12 Hallmark Christmas movies, just to kind of get the bad taste of Anne with an E out of our mouth. And we did that. You could also do the very first time we came up with the name of Hallmarkies Podcast, and we did a summer nights recap, which was at the end of August in 2017. And then we did 3 or 4 more episodes. We did Chesapeake Shores, Love Comes Softly, the first seasons of When Calls the Heart. We did a couple episodes, and then we decided, this is actually taking off. People like it, so let's start our own channel. So you can pick that as the starting date. It's very complicated. Yeah. We also can have birthdays all year long.
Yeah, basically. So we just decided, us as a podcast in the group chat, we've been celebrating the Hallmark Podcast birthday all of September. We just decided the whole September we get to celebrate. Right. It's our birthday. Because then the social medias started in October of 2017. It's all over the place. We don't have an official day. So September is just birthday month for us, is what we've gone with. So yeah. And then, so you guys, I personally, October of 2017 is when I found the podcast, and I just thought Amber and Rachel were so cool. And I tweeted them, and I remember I was sitting in my car. I was so nervous to tweet you guys, and you guys responded, and I became friends with y'all, and it was just so nice. And then I think my first episode was early 2018 sometime. But yeah, so that is a little bit of the history of our pod.
Yeah. It's been great experience, especially making so many friends along the way, that we've had just continue to grow, because there was a while there where I was shouldering a lot of it by myself, and especially the end of 2018, and then we just started to kind of take a model of, we're going to get a lot of, we're going to kind of build to a team. And that's been an amazing blessing. 2019 was incredible for the podcast.
Yeah. I never before this did I ever think I would say I've watched over 80 Christmas movies in a season. And I remember in 2018 when you approached me about doing it, I was like, I don't know. And then we just went for it.
Yeah, we did all the non-Hallmark Christmas movies so we've had 2 years in a row where we've covered all the non-Hallmark, you and I together.
Oh yeah, and we're gearing up.
Third one coming.
We're gearing up. So
yeah.
it's exciting, but yeah, we've done so much together, and we've had so much fun, and like so many great, amazing people that we've met. Like you said, it's just awesome. I appreciate every one of them.
It's been such a blessing. I mean, getting to know people like Lisa and Casey, and I mean, they've all been, Caroline, everybody's been incredible. So
we have some really awesome hosts. So we currently have 9 hosts, which are regulars, and that means like we work on the podcast weekly, I guess is what you would say is our job description. I don't know. We don't all have job titles. We just know that Rachel's our CEO. Other than that, we go for it.
Yeah. I try to let people have, so their creativity, if they want to try things. I mean, that's kind of what happened with Deliver Me a Podcast, that they wanted to do it. And so, then they did that. And, if people have ideas for an episode or for a show, I try to be pretty supportive because, I mean, that's just kind of, it sort of became our thing, is that we gotta cover everything. It's worked out really well. It kind of came a necessity as far as getting our sponsorships, that we didn't have enough per episode to establish sponsorships, but if I was able to group them together in the course of a week, then we were able to have enough of a reach, and that was something kind of unique that I was able to pitch to the people that do the advertising, and they went for it, which they wouldn't normally do, and so I'm kind of proud of myself about that, and so that's kind of why we do so much, is because that's how we're able to get the sponsorships, is because we do so much. So,
and I just want to clarify, all those sponsorships, like everything goes back into the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Like all 9 of us who are main hosts, we all have jobs. Like outside
it's all volunteer.
This is all volunteer. I've never seen a penny from the podcast. Like, that's not why we do it. We do it because we love it. It's not our jobs. And I saw a couple responses on the survey that were like, well, you guys work for Hallmark. We don't work for Hallmark.
Right.
We don't.
That's right.
This is something we do because we love it. We volunteer. We're fans, just like everyone listening. And so if you guys hear the ads and stuff, just know all of that goes back into the podcast, into what we're doing, working hard for you guys. So, that's just something I wanted to clear up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I would love to say I work for Hallmark, but I don't.
But we're able to be independent and speak our minds, and I've been really proud that we've spoken out on social issues. I think by far of the Hallmark podcasts, I think we've been the most outspoken as far as diversity, and having Dory and Antonio and other people on, and talking about LGBTQ viewership and other things like that, representation. I think we've been the most active of any of the podcasts, which I'm really proud of. So,
and that's one thing I love about us too, is like you said earlier, whenever one of us comes to the group with an idea or a thought or something, great to bounce ideas off of, because everyone has like, well, maybe you could do this, maybe you could add this, that's great. But also, like, Rachel and the other girls really encourage us to talk about what we want to talk about and cover what we want to cover. And I think that's really awesome, because
and to speak
creative opportunities.
And I always want it to be critical analysis is my goal as a film critic. That's and I've gotten some flack about it because people, it's just Hallmark movies, but that's not how I view it. I think that you're doing it a disservice by just giving everything a pass because it's Hallmark. I think that any media should be open for discussion and critical analysis. And so that's what we try to do. And we really enjoy these movies, but we also think that they're open for discussion. And so that's what we try to do. It's not a gush podcast or just a angry critic kind of podcast. It's a critical analysis, so we discuss it.
Yeah, and we have fun too. Like, that's the thing. It's combining that critical analysis with also just having fun and enjoying ourselves, which is really nice.
Sometimes we get out of control and are just so giggly. It's ridiculous.
We get comments about our laughing a lot, and I'm sorry, but like when we're having fun, we're a group of friends talking, and sometimes we get a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
We have to cut things out sometimes. I mean, I've had to cut out multiple times, I think, of Jess like spitting out her drink during an episode.
Yeah, I remember especially the first time we interviewed Andrew Walker that we got a bunch of people were saying, "Oh, you're too giggly. You don't." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. So like, nice. What do you expect?"
Yeah, pre-editing, like we cut a lot out. Like at least I do. Like, when I'm editing, I cut a lot out.
Yeah, yeah.
There's sometimes when we just like get off on tangents about who knows what, and like.
I know. And sometimes I love the tangents. Because it brings your personalities out, particularly when covering the shows. I think that some of my favorite moments are like, particularly maybe Chesapeake Shores about how Philadelphia isn't far from Chesapeake Shores, or when we're talking about Monte Cristo's and the Good Witch, and just laughing. And so moments like that, I think that those are some of my favorite. Yeah. The tangents are I kind of love, because I think it shows who we are a little bit more than maybe just a straight coverage.
Yeah, and it's fun too because all 9 of us are from different backgrounds. We're from different parts of the country.
Yeah.
We're all so different women, but like we all love Hallmark, and we bring that together, and we bring our own opinions and backgrounds to the discussions. And
yeah,
I think that's really awesome because like when was me, random little California college student, talking to a grown-up, Rachel's a real grown-up, in Utah, like when would we have ever interacted if it wasn't for this? Like,
well, and especially this year of COVID when we're all in quarantine, what a blessing it's been to be able to all have this connection. Yeah. And so, yeah, very true.
Having an outlet has been amazing. That's just kind of away from everything going on right now is kind of nice. Yeah. So, but is there anything else, like, do you have a favorite, like, I know this would be hard, but in the past 3 years, do you have a favorite episode you think we've done? Whether it's funny or critically or whatever.
Favorite episode. I don't know. I love almost. I love all of that. People always, who's your favorite interview?
Oh goodness, that's so hard.
I know. I really love all of the interviews that I do. So one of my favorites is when I first coined the term "it took me to a dark place," on the episode when we were talking about engaging Father Christmas in the first recap, because I hated that movie so much. And so that's a pretty memorable one. That was, I think, a pretty good line that I've used a lot since then. That's a favorite. I think the first time I interviewed Alonzo Duralde, that's a favorite one of mine because I admired him so much as a fellow film critic, and I couldn't believe that he agreed to be on my podcast. That was pretty exciting for me.
He's been on a few times now, hasn't he? Like 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, a bunch of times. And every time I'm still thrilled. And he's a patron of ours. So he's amazing. Same thing with when we had William Bibiani on to rank the Alicia Witt movies. That was really fun. Trying to think. I mean, there's just so many good ones. So many good ones.
One of my favorites is the first one I was on, the Lifetime one, where you guys were like, we covered like some really bad Lifetime movies the first time I was ever on the podcast. And
I know. I felt really bad because we were thinking we might cover the more tawdry ones because we didn't think they would be that bad. And so poor Miss Amy, and I had no idea at the time how much she disliked thrillers. If I know now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you even agreed to do it. Because you don't like anything. Like you're scared by the Grinch. Yeah. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And so we watched one. We thought it would be okay with Jen Lilly, and it was not okay. So one recent one that I really loved was the Dream Date one
Oh, yeah.
that we did with me and Carrie and Caroline, and I just had a feeling that I'm like, we got to add her on. I just feel like she is such a great fit for us, and was so much fun. And I just really liked that whole idea of the dream dates. I thought it came off real good.
Yeah. So, going off of that, I feel like we should, talk about everyone who's officially on the podcast right now. So I am here. I joined 2018. I don't know, maybe 17. I don't know. A long time ago. It's a long time ago, a long, far, far away time. Rachel started the podcast. She is our fearless leader. If you'll see us reference her as that on social media. So current hosts, there are 9 of us. That includes me, Rachel, Carrie, Casey, Cammie, Caroline, Anne, Jess, and Georgia. 9 of us currently that work on the podcast. Whew.
And some people are more specialists, like Georgia tends to be our Good Witch specialist, and is not as in for some of the other episodes, and then other people are more regular on a regular basis, but we're all, contributing in our own way. And because it's volunteer, you'll have times where you won't hear from somebody for a little while because of things going on in their lives, especially in this age of COVID. But I'm the going through, and then we have a bunch of frequent guests that have been on a bunch, like Elisa Lucas for On Friendship. We have Dory, who I would make a co-host if she wasn't already a co-host of another show.
Podcast.
But I love her so much.
Can we steal her?
I would never do that to Mel. I would
the Hallmark
never.
Podcast. We'd create drama. No,
I would never do that to Mel. But yeah, we've had Marissa Serafini on a bunch of times. There's a bunch of sort of repeat guests that are our favorites that we loved having on the podcast.
Everyone.
Lisa was a co-host for a long time, and then things I got busy with her family, but we still love her, and we had her on. We'll have her on for the holidays for sure.
And then, of course, we have Amber, who we love dearly and was one of our creators and everything. Yeah. Sometimes life is difficult, and you can't always commit to everything forever. And also, I mean, this is something I love right now, but I have to say, if any of us ever fall out of love with doing a podcast or liking Hallmark or whatever, it could happen. So we might not be doing this podcast forever, guys, but we, so co-hosts have come and gone, but we appreciate everyone who's been on and helped out and done everything. And,
yeah,
with
definitely.
Amber, help create the podcast, help me develop What's Upon an Upside, and all that other fun stuff. So appreciate
That's
that.
right. And we also had the Francast spinoff, which I've enjoyed doing so much with Larry and Colleen. So that's really fun. So it's a really exciting thing to be a part of.
Yeah. Within our Hallmarkies Podcast network now, we have us, well, obviously the Hallmarkies Podcast, the main show, the main thing. And then, my channel is under that as well, which I haven't posted as much because of COVID. Disneyland's closed. I really don't have much to do right now for my own channel. And then Rachel's channel, all of your reviews, your own podcasts, all of that's like constantly putting out content. If you guys need more content, go subscribe to Rachel's channel. Please. And then we have, Deliver Me a Podcast. It's been 2 months now. We've had that 2 or 3 months. That was on our show.
It's been off. Yeah, quite a while. Yeah. Oh, that has been its own thing. Yeah, it's been about 2 months.
And then we have Hardy's Hotline. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's just starting.
I can't remember the name of it. That's new. That's coming on soon. We have Upside, which is on the main feed, but I mean, we have a fun name for it. So, for covering up movies, we have the Francast as well. We have so much different stuff going on now, and it's all so much fun and completely volunteer, which is nice and awesome. Because people are doing it because I really like it because it's all volunteer. Yeah, we all do it.
So much fun.
Which is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's a bit about the history, some stories, some fun stuff. But if you guys remember on our social medias and in the description links, last month we did a survey recently, and so Rachel and I just wanted to go over some of the answers we got from you guys, maybe explain some things that we got questions about and stuff. So let's get into this little survey we did. We got a lot of love for some of the recent movies, specifically Wedding Every Weekend. We got a lot of love for that movie on the survey, which I think was awesome. And another movie that I was kind of surprised by that we got a lot of love for was Winter in Vale. I was like surprised. I didn't realize how many people really, really enjoyed that movie. So that's...
Oh, it's because of the power of Tyler Hines.
Exactly.
And the Heinies, yeah, they're super love it. So
yeah, so we got that. And then for mysteries, by far, like we got comments about all the mysteries, but by far Mystery 101 was the one that was commented about the most. So, Mystery 101, we want more of those. Apparently that was like one we got commented on about so much. So go Jill Wagner and Plaha. Y'all are doing a great job apparently, because everyone on our survey commented about it. Okay, so do you want to go over any of these, Rachel? What do you think the Hallmarkies podcast is doing well? What do you think we're doing well?
Okay, it looks like we had some, for the most part, everybody was super nice, and you guys are great. I love the variety of the content, especially the last few months. Quarantine has limited the new movies and traditional Hallmark schedule. Your creative episodes have been so much fun. And I have really enjoyed that. We're going to be doing next week, going to be having my friend Carrie on from K-Pop Converters. We're going to be talking K-dramas. And, we did we had Marissa on, and we talked all 5 versions of The Parent Trap. So we've been having some fun bonus episodes lately, and that's what we do on the podcast. When it's something's not on Hallmark, we call it a bonus episode. And so we've been having a lot of fun with that. We did some test pilots, which were a lot of fun. We did a test pilot for Army Wives, a test pilot for Cedar Cove, and for Heartland won the day. And so we've been covering that, me and Amy and Michelle, which has been super fun to have Michelle on board. From all the way from Scotland. That's been fun. So I appreciate the people saying that. Continuing podcast when there's less content to cover. There's just a lot of people saying things like that. Easygoing style, but not afraid to take on issues, making it light and fun. So
I think during all of this going on, I think for a little bit we were worried that there wasn't going to be like a Christmas season this year and stuff.
I know.
To cover. And so there was a while there that we were just kind of trying to like brainstorm ideas like, all right, what are we going to talk about? And there's nothing on Hallmark for a while. So that was like kind of a worry of ours, but I think we figured out a lot of like alternative stuff to do so that even if they missed a whole season on Hallmark, we would have plenty of stuff to cover. So
yeah,
we brainstormed a lot. Yeah. Okay, so then we did get some comments about the things that we can improve on. We kind of talked about this earlier. Some people, talking about how we laugh a lot and we get off topic a little bit. Or we have too much enthusiasm or too little enthusiasm. We did get a couple comments, people saying that we're too harsh or we're too enthusiastic about a certain team for When Calls the Heart. I wasn't on most of the When Calls the Heart episodes this season, but I'll make sure that we stay neutral. No, we're not going to stay neutral. There's no way.
Next season, we will do that. We did get somebody saying to make sure to focus on secondary cast members, and I feel like we've actually done pretty well on that. But yeah, we're pretty much willing to interview whoever is willing to come on and come on the show. And I'm particularly proud that we've talked to so many writers, which tend to go unpraised, unrecognized, I think, too often. So we've interviewed practically every major Hallmark writer at this point.
Yeah.
Who's done more than several.
We got requests for a lot of hosts. And I promise you guys, we will ask all of our friends to cover Christmas, to cover whatever. Like, don't worry, you guys are going to see Georgia again. You guys are going to see Elisa Lucas again. Like, your Dory, love her to death. Who else did we get? A lot. Greg, we got a lot of comments about Greg and Hallmark Hubby and all these other people. And it's like, we love them. They are our friends, and definitely we will ask them to do more in the future. So
yeah, we'll have Ruth Hill on for sure.
Mhm.
Unless people are just too busy, and then we understand that. And again, it's volunteer, so
Yeah.
can't make anybody come on if they don't want to.
Yeah, we always ask. We're always open. It's fun to have
Mhm.
people who enjoy this stuff on. Yeah. So anyone you requested, I promise we most likely already talked to them or already plan to talk to them. So it's
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
hear you guys. We hear you. Yeah. So that's good. Okay. We got one of the questions was how often do you listen to the podcast per week, and we got a lot of 1, 2, and 3 episodes per week. We know we put out so much content every week, you guys. It's a lot. We don't expect everyone to listen to everything, but also to the people who said they listen to every single episode that comes out, like, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, bless your heart. Yeah.
Yeah, if you only have a few things like, oh, I only like listening to Heartland, that's fine. Or if you completely ignore us the entire year except when One Calls the Heart is on, thank you also. Like, whatever you guys listen to, we appreciate it so much.
We have here, some other people's favorites, the Black Lives Matter diversity podcast that we did with Dory. That one's one of my favorites. I really loved that one. Marcus Rosner interview. He's always great. Paul Campbell, Kimberly Susted. That was a really fun one. Loved on friendship, which makes me so happy because one of the things was to try to keep it under an hour, and I get that, but people always love the on friendship, and we tend to go really long on those. So I'm always amazed. But we have so much fun just talking, me and Elisa, and I love those. Every single one of those I really love. We did Trading Christmas, which was really fun because that's one of my favorites. And we have Christmas Pen Pals coming up this month, so I love that. And I love that movie, so I'm excited for that. I just love the people love listening to this ramble. Because I really enjoyed those ones.
Yeah, so someone also said that they enjoyed the podcast awards last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say thank you. That was my baby. Thank you so much. And we are doing it again next year. I'm already working on it now, so be ready. This is what I'm shooting for. May not happen this way, but be ready January 1st to vote for the podcast awards next year, because I am gonna try my hardest to have that voting poll out at New Year's. Like, literally, the clock strikes 12 on 2021 at midnight in California, and I want to have that thing up. So, like, please, everyone hold me to it. I want to have the voting up the minute it's 2021. So, like, in Pacific Standard Time. I want to have that ready. So we are doing it again next year. We're working on it. I have amazing helpers, so thank you. Yeah, I'm planning on doing that again next year. Okay, so then some people, you guys want to see interviewed. So some people commented about, we want to see bigger dance stars. We want to see Candace Kimberly. We want to see Lacey. We want to see Danica, that type of stuff. We try, guys. And a lot of, like, we want to see Aaron Krakow and all these other people. We try, you guys. We ask a lot of people that you guys don't even know about. We ask so many people.
Yeah, like, we would love to interview Candace, but we just had no luck with that. And we did interview Danica. So it was short, but we did do it. So check that out if you're interested. The last question is movies to cover for On Friendship, and they have Royal Hearts and Wedding Every Weekend. So I think those are two very good suggestions. We're going to be going on hiatus from On Friendship during the holidays, but maybe once we get back to January, we can do that again.
There was other recommendations. Some people recommended, like, some TV shows they wanted you and Elisa to cover and stuff like that too. So you can look at all of those. I'll send those all to you. But there are some good suggestions, I think, for On Friendship. I really enjoyed that one too.
TV is hard because it's just such a time-intensive thing. That's why I was hesitant to start with Heartland, but we're just doing the best we can with that.
And then we did have a Patreon question, and actually surprisingly we got a lot of responses that people didn't know we have a Patreon. So I just want to put a big advertisement here. We have a Patreon. If you can and feel like you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies, and you can see our different tiers, some of the different, what are they called, rewards, I guess, we have if you support us. And we do appreciate all of our patrons. And thank you to everyone who gave us suggestions of things we could do on our Patreon as well in the survey.
And we do the monthly watch-alongs that we've done now for the last 4 or 5 months, and including in September doing the watch-along with Nina Weinman for Pumpkin Pie Wars. So we have a lot of fun with those.
Yeah, so come join us, have the fun. We have a Facebook group and, all these other exclusive posts and stuff like that, fun stuff we have over on our Patreon. And then the last thing, I just put a general question in for the last question, like, thank you for filling out the survey. What is any other feedback you have? And one person said, like, I put this on here just because I don't know who this was, but someone said that they got Twitter to interact with us. And I just want to say thank you so much. Like, I appreciate that so much. That was so nice of you to do that. Like, and whoever this was, because I couldn't see the name with the answer. Whoever that was, please tweet us and let us know. Like, thank you so much. Like, you got on social media to interact with us. That's just so awesome. Thank you. Some other stuff we have on here. Another thing I wanted to ask people to respond to is I had a question on there like, do you subscribe to us on iTunes? Do you subscribe to us on YouTube, etc.? And this person said they subscribe on Google Podcasts. If you guys could comment, if you're watching on YouTube or tweet us or whatever, let us know where you listen, like where your listenership is coming from. Are you listening on Google Podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher? Is that one of them? Stitcher. Do you watch us predominantly on YouTube? Do you like the video more than the audio aspect? Like, let us know where you guys listen, because that's very interesting for us to know and see where our listeners are coming from. And someone did say that we're the best Hallmark podcast that features we're the best Hallmark podcast that features compatible content for other providers such as other TV channels and streaming services. Thank you.
There you go. That's a compliment.
We try.
So we try to cover all things rom-com and all things Christmas.
Thank you guys so much for everyone who listened to our portion of the podcast. Now we're going to get into all the other ladies answering our TV questions, which is going to be so much fun. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Shout out to Casey for running that portion of this episode. I appreciate it so much. So let us know what you think in the comments. If you have any fun stories or favorite episodes you've had over the past 3 years of the podcast existing, let us know. We love to reminisce.
Happy birthday, Hallmarkies Podcast.
Happy birthday, Hallmarkies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy, for being so amazing.
Love you, Rachel. Thank you for bringing me on. Yeah. All
right. Well, thank you so much to all the listeners. And we'll talk to you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Over to Casey.
Happy birthday, Hallmarkies Podcast. I have here wonderful, beautiful faces of the co-hosts. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Kate.
Hey. Hi. So a couple years ago when I jumped on the Hallmarkies Podcast, Lisa, Georgia, and I did the Teen Beat questions, and Rachel has realized that we have not done this with you guys since. And Hallmarkies, you may recognize these voices, you may recognize these faces, but y'all probably don't know much about them. I mean, you probably know that Caroline loves When Calls the Heart, and she might be a big fan.
I really know. What? Why on earth would we say that?
What? I really don't know. You may know.
And I've like wood chopping.
Wood chopping. You may know that Jess does, something called like Sign Still Delivered. She might be like really good at that podcast. And we do have the Hooked Hardy here. Yes. That would be Cammie.
That's me.
We also have our lovely behind the scenes person who does all our contacting, and we can't live without her. And that would be Anne. Say hi, Anne.
Oh, thank you.
Last but not least, she's our newest host. And you may recognize her as the Hallmark comic lady. on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that would be the lovely Carrie.
Hi.
Welcome to the group.
Hi,
All right, you guys. So since I've given you guys a really great introduction, wonderful, marvelous, beautiful introduction to the Hallmarkies, I am now going to grill you with several questions. So, all right. So the first question is, what is your favorite thing to cover on the podcast?
Like Across the Heart.
Did you just say Hallmark?
No, it's a Wind Calls the Heart.
Oh, okay. Can I have a tie?
Sure.
No.
When calls the heart, signed, sealed, delivered.
Anne?
Christmas movies.
Jess?
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Carrie?
Well, I'm new to it, but I love the movies. Just any of the Christmas movies or the regular movies throughout the year. Those are fun.
Perfect. Great answers. And I didn't get to ask this question because this is a new question. I obviously love One Calls the Heart and Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. By the way, check out at Deliver Me a Podcast. Wink, wink.
And
at Hardy's Hotline. Okay. Round robin questions now. Best ice cream flavor.
Mint chocolate chip.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. Plain chocolate.
Mint chocolate chip.
Wow.
Mhm.
Mint chocolate chip is winning. If you must know, I do love a good mint chocolate chip. And Ben and Jerry's golden butter something cookie butter thing. It's
Chocolate
delicious.
chip cookie dough is also a really good one.
Yeah, super good.
I'm getting hungry.
All right. Favorite color?
Blue.
Red.
Blue. Purple.
Navy blue.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. So we consensus mint chocolate chip and any variation of blue.
And I just want to say, Anne, my daughter would love you because her favorite's purple.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter loves purple too. Her room is purple. All right. What music are you listening to now? What are y'all into? I mean, like heavy hardcore
Country.
metal.
You know me so well, Casey.
Caroline.
Country and I said country and the blend on XM radio.
Oh.
Lately, Josh Groban. Anything by Josh Groban. Love that man's voice. And Men from Snowy River soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been your answer. Your favorite thing to cover, Man from Snowy River.
I've only covered the one movie.
That's okay.
if we're talking coverage, I love interviewing the actors. Let's do that. But I don't know if that counts. So that's why I said the shows.
Who's next?
Me. I'm listening to it. I just have a variety playlist, so I guess my answer is a little bit of everything.
Oh, so we might find some metal on your playlist. Okay.
Not quite metal though.
Maybe not metal. I bounce between two very different things. Worship music, and I really like regular pop radio, just generally. So yeah, those two.
Sames.
Well, I'm with you, Anne. I would say worship music. My kids call it sometimes Jesus music or church music, but I love it. That's what I listen to.
Nice.
That's awesome. So this next question was go-to date night food and activity, but since we're in quarantine and we are promoting social distancing, we're going to change this question to go-to quarantine food and activity.
Popcorn and banana bread.
Homemade? You make it?
Yes.
Yeah. What about activity, Caroline?
Making banana bread.
You know what? You cannot go
And
wrong
baking.
with baking.
And baking in general. I've gained the quarantine 15, so.
Who didn't? Yeah,
Baking.
for sure.
I love to snack on cheese sticks. I really love to snack on cheese sticks and Cheez-Its. So I love cheese.
I love cheese too.
Yeah. And favorite activity, after running back and forth between my two girls, trying to get them to do school, I like to just plop on the couch and fold some laundry while I watch some TV or watch a movie. That's usually a Hallmark movie.
Can't go wrong there. On brand for the podcast.
On brand, baby.
Who's next?
That would be me. Let's see. Quarantine food has probably been pizza. It's my weakness. And my number one activity has probably been reading. I've been catching up on a lot of reading.
You do have a stack of books this big to
also known as a tote of books.
I was about to say, don't you have
a tub of books?
A tub of them.
Wow. For me, quarantine snacks would be popcorn and chocolate chip cookies. And in quarantine, mostly I like to just watch TV, either that's TV show, binge a TV show, or watch a movie, Hallmark movie on Netflix, any of the above.
Well, my quarantine snack would be chips and salsa. I love it. I feel like I could eat that anytime. So it's not a different snack than normal, but chips and salsa. And then my go-to activity was probably drawing. And that's because I had a New Year's resolution to draw every day, draw a little bit every day, hence this Instagram that keeps me accountable. So I would say drawing and reading and watching TV and all that stuff. Yeah. Taking care of raising a family. I don't know. All of
yeah. It's not exactly a boring time for us who are moms.
But you can do that. So drawing, that would be my number one.
Carrie, I am obsessed with chips and salsa currently. So I feel you, girl.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like everything.
All right. Dogs or cats?
Both. I have a dog and a cat.
Okay.
So, both.
Dogs, no contest.
Cats all the way.
Jess. I'm sorry, Jess.
I'm with Cammie. Dogs, no contest.
Yeah, baby. That's my girl.
Dogs for sure. For me.
Yeah. And the votes are in.
So far, here's the reason why we are all together. Mint chocolate chip, the color blue, dogs.
Hallmark, yeah.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. All right, next question. Beaches or mountains?
Beaches.
I would have to go beaches, but I do love the mountains.
Both? I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say both. Both. I can't pick. I love both of them for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Same. It's hard for me to pick, especially being in the Midwest where we are flat, and we have lakes. But I like beaches and mountains.
Either one is like an adventure because we don't have it in the middle.
Right. It means we're on vacation if we're seeing.
I know, so that's why they're all good.
There you go.
So y'all need to go find, you know what? The West Washington, northern Seattle area has a great beach with a view of a mountain. It's beautiful.
There you go.
Let's go there. Hallmarkies trip.
Yes.
Hallmarkies. Yes, let's say Hallmarkies trip.
Right. Let's get right on that.
Okay. Next question. Fancy dress or sweats?
It's all day quarantine. Yes, sweats.
Okay, let me start by saying that I love being comfortable. I love to just be able to lounge around, and especially right now when we're not really dressing to impress anybody. but I love getting dolled up and I love getting pretty and wearing a fancy dress and going out somewhere. And my husband hates it. And so whenever it actually happens, it's a miracle. So it's absence makes the heart grow fonder, you know? So I do love dressing up and doing my makeup and doing my hair and getting pretty. So yeah. So I'll go fancy dress, even though I do like to be comfortable, because I really like to. I really love the end of the night where I can just peel off that dress and put something nice and comfy on.
Peel being the operative word sometimes for me.
I know. Get up.
I'm gonna say sweats.
After all that.
Yeah.
I say sweats, but like right now I really miss dressing up, so it's kind of both. But I mean, I love to be comfortable, so yeah.
Yeah, I think sweats are just casual. Maybe that's what I would say. I like casual, and
Okay.
So most of y'all are sweats. Okay. So I know I already answered this,
I
but
am
have
not
to say,
ashamed to stand alone.
No, I was going to actually say I prefer dressing up.
Oh,
100%.
there we go.
Like, yeah, no, I love dressing up and doing my makeup every day. Like, and not because like for anybody, it's just, I just like it. I like being girly.
There you go.
All right.
feel pretty.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
Pretty.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas and the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
I love the 4th of July.
Christmas. No contest. Love Christmas. I'm a Christmas freak.
Christmas.
Christmas. Hence why we're here.
Is unanimous.
We love Hallmark.
That's probably how we found Hallmark. Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
it's a pre-req.
Alrighty. Last question. It is a very difficult question, so I hope you've been prepared. Favorite Hallmark movie? It can be part of a series. I will give you that one because
Oh, it makes it harder.
That's not fair.
hey,
I
I was
wasn't
just
gonna
saying.
count series.
I wasn't.
You don't.
Yeah, I
if
wasn't
you weren't
counting.
originally going to count, if you were not originally going to count series, then you don't have to. Don't.
Okay.
But if you can't decide and you need to, feel free. You are at liberty to choose.
Okay.
And if you have two that you are just like, in love with, I think that I named 3. So I think when I did this, I think I said Higher Ground and How to Fall in Love. I think those are mine. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to go back and check. So.
All right, Caroline.
Need like
Me?
special music playing
Okay.
here.
What was that?
Love
Ann?
to the rescue.
I was saying we need to insert some kind of special music, like building
know, we need-
anticipation or something.
We need Jeopardy, but we can't get the
yeah,
rights
like
to
some
it.
kind of yeah.
I was gonna say Love to the Rescue and Summer Romance. You know why? Those are my 2 favorites. So
Oh, I really have no idea why, especially Summer Romance.
No, but honestly, Love to the Rescue. Is it because of the animals?
no, I just love Nikki DeLoach and Michael
Okay.
Beatty together. They're so
okay,
cute.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, but Aaron's not in that one. So. Wait a minute.
Nikki's my second favorite. Okay. Nikki's my
Okay,
second
my
favorite.
bad. My bad.
Oh, I did love to the Rescue. That one was so
yeah,
good.
it's a good one.
That's a good one.
That dog is so cute too.
So on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, Once Upon a Christmas Miracle. Oh,
Very good.
love that one.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy about that one. Even my brother liked it, and my brother does not like Hallmark. You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
Based on a true story, right?
That's why I love it. That's one of the reasons why I love
Super
it.
sweet.
Hallmark Channel if we're not including series, because I love the When Calls the Heart movies, of course.
What?
What?
What show is that?
Hey, I don't know.
It calls the
Yeah,
what?
I never heard
Never heard of it.
I'm the hooked something. It'll come to me. Amazing Winter Romance. I know that it's not a huge fan favorite, but I adore that one. I absolutely adore it. It was different. It was the one with the big, huge maze in the backyard of the farm. Amazing Winter Romance. Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
you adore it. Okay, you adore it. Sell me on it in one sentence.
It was different. It had a different storyline than you see. No, but we've never seen a giant maze in a backyard before. And Marshall and Jesse pulled off the kids who had been friends for years so well. I have never seen childhood friends played that well before. The grown-up childhood friends. And it was just sweet. I just adored it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it another chance.
What was that?
I'll give it another chance.
Yes, give that one another chance, honestly, because it was different. It wasn't the same, forgive me, recycled storyline that we sometimes get, you know?
All righty.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of passion here. So go.
Not only am I the hooked hearty on the show, I speak from the heart a lot.
All righty. Next.
All right. So I'm going to say two. So for movies, strictly movies, How to Fall in Love with Eric Mabius and Brooke Dorsey, because the chemistry is on point. The plot is silly, but it works because they're so great at it.
Yeah.
And for series, this could change depending on day. But today, my favorite movie from a series is Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas. Probably because I'm thinking about Christmas.
No.
But tomorrow, it could be a different one in Signed, Sealed, Delivered. So, you know.
True.
Okay, so before 2019, my favorite was A Country Wedding, but I think that Bottled with Love has now upstaged it. So I'm saying it's taking the spot now. I was trying to think about it all day. I'm like, yes, this deserves to take the spot. So Bottled with Love is the reigning
Okay,
one.
yeah, that's my third one.
I love
It's
that
very good. Great.
I love that
Great
one. I love
chemistry.
that one.
Yeah.
So fun.
Well, okay, so mine, I do have a couple, but I'm just going to say one, probably top one. And I was trying to think, like, is this really my favorite? But I really love Flip That Romance.
Oh, good one.
That's a great
Not
one.
only are they renovating a duplex and breathing new life into this old duplex, they are renovating their relationship, and it shows you like their second chance lovers. I guess lovers for a bad word, but their second chance relationship.
It's a very innocent connotation here.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
But they're like learning from their mistakes in the past. You see them how they try to like fix those mistakes and like move forward, and they really like each other. They want the best for each other. And I hate how she renovates her duplex, and she wins, of course. But I think that they have a really good pair, like pairing his aesthetics and her aesthetics, and I can just see them having a successful business moving forward. I mean, it is a good movie. Oh, they even finish a kiss that was in a
Yes, that's the best part.
Finish a kiss in the middle of a movie. Woo!
They ignore the phone that's ringing. They finish the kiss. It was hilarious. So
solid choice.
Any movie that has a kiss in the middle of it is automatically top notch.
Yeah,
Bumps it up.
Bumps it up.
100%. All righty. Anything else that you want everybody else to know? Any fun facts? Or any boring facts for that matter?
I just bought a house.
Yay!
Oh wait, everybody knew that.
I started a whole Twitter thread about wood chopping. So.
We all know that, Caroline.
That was infamous.
Carrie, I want to know how many kids you have.
Oh, sure. I have 3 kids, and my oldest is a freshman in high school. And
You're not that old.
I know.
No, you are not that old.
Yeah, that's not believable.
So she's a freshman in high school, and then a 7th grade girl and a 4th grade boy, and they're doing pretty good with the distance learning here at home. They're old
good
enough,
for them.
you know.
Mhm.
They already know how to read and write and do all this stuff. That makes it really easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So now that you've gotten to know all of us, just one more thing. Some people don't realize that we are spread across the country. You have here the East Coast gals. That's right.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, kind of. We're kind of East Coast.
You know what? You're part of the Southeast region. Southeast region. Texas is
it
Southeast region, so you're
has
technically
reaching
Southeast.
fingers.
Southeast. Anyways, let's just shout out where everybody's from.
I'm from South Carolina, in the middle of the state, near Columbia.
I'll just throw it. I'm from the Chicago area.
I'm from Texas. I would tell you the city, but it's about to change. So I'm staying in Texas.
Oh, I'm from Indiana. There's lots of corn here. It's very, very exciting place to live.
and I'm near Nashville, Tennessee.
Whoop whoop! Just a plane ride away from me in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, this has been really fun. I'm sure all our fans, because we have fans, you know that? Woo! We'll be so excited to hear all about you guys. And if you're listening, give us a shout out. Let us know your answers and how you would answer my questions. My questions I can't really get credit for because I think like Amber made them up like 10 years ago. So that's the thing. But in the meantime, we will see you all later. Okay, so where can people find y'all?
You can find me at Twitter at MetaCarolineR.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cami Drama Girl, and on Facebook, the Hooked Hardy Facebook page, and my blog is hookedhardy.com.
You can find me at JessBSW blog on Instagram and Twitter, or check out my website, beneathstillwaters.com.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at awscott21.
You can find me on Instagram at Hallmark_comics, Hallmark Comics.
And you can find me at Hallmark My Words on Twitter. We will see you guys again later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.